If you found yourself a bit stunned by the twists and turns in the endings of both Teenage Mutant and the Turtles, then this video is tailored just for you. Mutant Mayhem has finally been released, and in this video, we'll delve into the movie's storyline, dissect the intriguing post-credit scene, and share our speculations on the potential directions the franchise may take. Surprisingly, there's a significant character that hasn't received much attention in discussions, so there's a wealth of material to explore. Moreover, the creators have laid the groundwork for future sequels. To avoid any further delay, I must warn you that there will be heavy spoilers ahead. With that disclaimer out of the way, let's dive right into the content of this video. Mutant Mayhem follows the adventures of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as they emerge from the sewers and venture into the human world. Their mentor, Splinter, has always warned them that humans are untrustworthy and never give a thumbs up, so they've stayed hidden in the shadows. Nevertheless, the allure of the human world, whether it's watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off or their passion for martial arts movies, has always beckoned them. Their chance to be accepted by humanity arises when they rescue a colonial scooter, setting them on a collision course with the film's primary antagonist, portrayed by Ice Cube. They are initially tempted by Superfly's charisma, even causing some audience members to consider joining his cause. However, they soon discover that Superfly's intentions are far more sinister. He plans to exterminate humanity to establish mutant rule over the planet. The movie begins with Superfly's father, Baxter Stockman, voiced by the talented Giancarlo Esposito. Some may wonder why they didn't stick to the source material, where Stockman transforms into a fly-like villain. There are speculations that initially, Stockman was meant to become the main antagonist, and action figures with his human attire support this theory. Superfly shares a striking resemblance to Stockman, particularly in their hair, hinting at the original plan. Jeremy Jahns discussed this in his review, suggesting that legal concerns due to similarities with The Fly may have prompted the change after action figures were approved. Nevertheless, Ice Cube's performance as Superfly is outstanding, especially when he guides his brothers to safety following Stockman's demise. The plot takes a twist when a woman named Cynthia orchestrates Stockman's murder, a character who plays a significant role in the film's post-credit scene. The audience can anticipate something significant being set up with this character. Cynthia's thick German accent intrigued many viewers, reminiscent of Krang's distinct voice. I noticed she wore pink sunglasses with a yellow coat, and I couldn't help but think it was somewhat reminiscent of the body he also uses. When I got home, I decided to look up her last name, and as soon as I saw it was Utrom, everything clicked into place. In case you're not aware, Krang's species is actually related to the Utroms, and his design was inspired by the alien species from the original TMNT comics, known as the TRCI aliens. In the movie, Cynthia's organization is also named TRCI, which stands for Techno-Cosmic Research Institute. Building on that, we have the Technodrome. I believe that in the sequel, Cynthia's fascination with the technology that created the mutants will lead to her transformation into Krang. She may then create a synthetic body based on herself, incorporating her glasses and coat. Who knows, Krang might already be within her, using her as a host. There are many possibilities to explore, and we'll delve into them shortly. Nevertheless, it's essential to keep in mind that she is likely to become Krang. Regardless, the Turtles embark on a mission to stop Superfly. After demonstrating their willingness to accept their mutant pals, the entire group turns against the villain and his nefarious plans. In the process of destroying his machine, they accidentally push him and the equipment into the river surrounding Manhattan, transforming him into a giant kaiju. As he rampages through the city, the group must join forces to bring him down. Meanwhile, April reports on the unfolding events. Despite still feeling unwell, she manages to redeem herself as a reporter after her initial attempt ended in her getting sick. Now, she reports on the story, which is quite impressive. New York rallies behind the Turtles, recognizing them as the heroes they are, and together they defeat Superfly. Embraced by society, the movie concludes with the Turtles enrolling in high school, leading us to the post-credits scene. This scene includes some behind-the-scenes footage of the gang settling into school life, along with some of their activities. Notably, Donatello sports a hoodie with a reference to Otojojo's Bizarre Adventure, confirmed by the studio. The plan to take down the giant Superfly is inspired by the tactics of the Scouts in Attack on Titan. There are also several other anime references sprinkled throughout the film. Raphael appears to be grappling with his anger during wrestling classes, while Michelangelo showcases his improvisation skills, possibly outdoing Mark Ruffalo, in a class he previously enrolled in. April and Leonardo continue working on the Superfly case and the TCRI lab they encountered earlier in the movie. April finally achieves her dream of bringing the news to the school, a goal she had throughout the film. Leonardo asks April to the prom, though she clarifies that they are just friends. Meanwhile, Cynthia monitors the group and calls in some assistance in the form of Shredder, whose presence is ominous as he gazes out over Manhattan. It's crucial to note that Superfly is still in his unmutated state, suggesting his return in the sequel. As for Shredder, the creative team has hinted that he will play a significant role in the upcoming sequel. However, they will also delve further into the world of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles through a 2-season animated series exclusively available on Paramount+, titled Tale of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This project will be supervised by Punk Gray and will provide a deeper exploration of the family's adventures, setting the stage for the sequel. It appears that the sequel might focus on the arrival of Shredder and the creation of Krang. Over the years, Shredder has undergone various iterations, and there's speculation that this version could align more closely with the Utron character from the 2003 animated series, which revealed the existence of a neutron inside his body. Nevertheless, there's a possibility that they might opt for a more classic portrayal, depicting him as a master martial artist and the leader of the Foot Clan, known as Oroku Saki. His rivalry with Hamato Yoshi, both martial artists in love with the same woman, Tangshan, is a recurring theme in their storylines. Depending on the version you follow, the aftermath of Tangshan's death unfolds differently, but it typically leads to a clash between Saki and Yoshi. In the 1990 film adaptation, Yoshi and Saki relocated to New York, where Yoshi took up a construction job. Upon returning home one day, Yoshi discovered Tangshan's lifeless body, and he was ambushed by Saki. During this encounter, his pet rat, Splinter, was liberated and left a lasting mark by clawing Saki's face. Splinter eventually encountered the Ooze and the Turtles, and their legendary journey began. However, it's worth noting that this film may deviate from this origin story, signaling a departure from closely tying the characters to their past. In the 1987 cartoon, Yoshi also sought refuge in the sewers, where Shredder inadvertently transformed him into Splinter by dumping mutagen into the sewers. It seems that the creators might be choosing to distance themselves from these origin stories and instead focus on Cynthia as the connecting thread to their origins. Additionally, there's the character Superfly, and it's hoped that if he appears in future films, he may undergo character development and recognize the errors of his ways. His presence in the story hints at a purpose, and Ice Cube's performance in the role was highly regarded, making a potential return exciting. In any case, there are numerous intriguing elements to anticipate in the forthcoming stories, and after experiencing this movie, the excitement for what lies ahead is palpable.